Hello, welcome to the stream. I am Nova Crusader, joined by PascalSaucer in Derail Valley multiplayer mod.
Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody.
And we will be driving trains,
Ain't no way.
but no planes
Dri-
or automobiles.
No, those are canceled. This is a train game.
We'll look at them, but that's about it.
You can look, but don't touch.
Oh, we can touch, we just can't drive.
Whatever. Same difference.
Not even this forklift.
Nope.
We can look at it. We can jump on it. But we can't drive it.
Nope.
Or else.
Or else.
Oh, it's raining out.
It is raining.
Oh yeah, we gotta do this.
Yeah, it's customary.
Our mecha jumps.
Mega jumps in train sim game.
Yep. I wonder how hard it would be to replace these models.
Not sure. I have no idea. And then again, what would you replace them with?
I don't know. Maybe get good at 3D modeling and make our models.
Get good.
I got a theory.
A game theory?
We don't need to make both models work in the game simultaneously. We need to make one model at a time work in our individual games so that when we stream, our client shows the correct model for the opposite person.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Not really.
Well, I'm pretty confident this game will not support two models.
But continue pacing and I'll pretend I'm actually drinking out of this coffee mug.
Yeah, I don't see that coffee mug.
Sad.
No, but the idea is, on your stream, I would give you the Riker model so that
Right.
I look like Riker. And then on my stream, I am loading up the Reka model so that you look like Reka. Because we cannot see our individual models that we're inhabiting.
We can't.
And I don't think we'd have a sync issue with that. It would just be loading different art assets.
Yeah.
Now all I need to do is to get good enough at 3D modeling, which I haven't done in a long time, we'll say, in a totally different software that I don't have the money to purchase, so I'd have to get something lesser.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I fell over.
Yeah, he's making a tower.
It's not really working.
A power tower.
Okay. So anyways, we
need to make money.
We had a bit of an incident last stream.
It was a good incident.
And that one incident is over $1.1 million in debt. But thankfully we have insurance. But that still requires us to pay $379,000 to cover all of our fees, our current fees right now.
Didn't we have a bunch of money saved up, though?
We currently have $226,000 because we had to clear a lot of that.
That's right.
We had to clear a bunch of those cars that exploded. We had to get them off the tracks so that if we went through there again, we wouldn't just run into everything and just do it all over again.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyways, we need to make some money. Actually, now that I think about it, what licenses do we still have?
Still have?
Okay, so we don't have Hazmat 3 and we don't have Military 3. Okay.
Oh, I see. I'd say
What do you say?
I don't know. You're moving around a lot. I'm trying to measure your cranium
Why are you trying to measure my head?
because I found a ruler.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure to make it as difficult as possible.
I already stopped. Now I have an eraser. So, any good jobs, or should we try a military contract since those usually pay more?
There's 2 different drops here that are over 60,000.
Can we do both
those are
simultaneously?
They're going to 2 different places.
Yeah, but are they, lined up at all?
No.
Oh, okay. What's the closest
I
one?
mean, they kind of are, kind of aren't. I don't think it would work out very well.
Which one's closest then?
Looks like it's Coal Mine East, and it's deliver mining trucks and excavators. It's either that or we go to Food and Factory Town and make it like an extra $3,000.
Extra 3,000?
Yeah, but it's a farther run.
Let's do coal mining. Coal
Okay.
mine east. That's a lot faster because at this rate, to make more money, speed is
Yeah.
more important.
Okay.
So, what's the car number?
It is FH50, and it's just gonna be a bunch of excavators on flat cars.
All right. I think we found it.
Well, you did. I didn't.
That's not it. I was looking for heavy machinery. That was it. Yeah, obviously it's not over here. So cars.
I found it.
All right.
Now we need a locomotive.
We do. Good thing they're basically free.
Yeah. You just go and take them.
It'd be pretty bad if we had to buy them each time.
Yeah, that would suck.
It'd be realistic.
Oh. Thought you were gonna say something else.
Oh, what do you think I was gonna say?
What you normally say.
Inconvenient.
Yeah, that word.
It'd be that too. Both can be true. But I was more poking fun at realistic mode, not being
Oh. Yeah.
hyper realistic.
No.
But that'd be very inconvenient.
Yeah.
To the point where it might not even be fun.
Probably not, no.
It'd be like playing TIE Fighter, except you're stuck in a TIE Fighter in the final stages. You can do it, but it's gonna be painful. Were there's always 2 steam engines here?
Well, the one that's pulled in the wrong way
Yeah, that's us.
was one.
We put
That
that
was
there.
us.
I don't recall
But
this one being here.
these other ones can spawn in randomly.
Okay, because I don't remember this one. I do remember the one over here, but not this one.
Yeah, in realistic mode, the trains that we interact in, they always stay where they're at.
Yeah.
But the other ones, they can spawn in and out.
Now, can they spawn a train engine in where we park so they like overlap?
No.
Okay, good. Because that too would be inconvenient.
You really like that word.
A little bit.
A lot of it?
What was that flash?
I turned the lights on.
Okay. So 3D model. Yeah, 3D model. Huh. Imagine that. If only I was good at making 3D models. Closest I got to that was making spaceships in Maya. Imagine trying to make a fully rigged humanoid.
Been here just doing dishes, so now that the debt has been assessed, what's the plan? Make money.
What are you waiting for?
We found another job and we're just getting a loco, and then we're gonna go pick it up. I'm just waiting for the brake line pressure to build,
Gotcha.
so I don't just yeet this thing off the end of the turntable.
Do it.
Okay, I'll do it for the content.
No, not really.
Oh, okay, I won't do it.
Alright. If we didn't have the massive debt, I would not stop you.
Yeah.
But this is realistic mode. Serious only. No fun.
Okay, I think we're good now.
It's funny how quiet it is inside this little building with the door.
With a giant open door,
Yes.
and it's basically corrugated metal.
Yes.
It has no soundproofing.
Everything would be so
But somehow
loud
it's
in
like
this thing.
it's somehow a sound booth.
You're clear. You can stop if you want.
I have stopped.
Alright, well, I can't really see there once the this thing starts rotating because of how long that train is, but
Okay.
not quite.
More. More.
Oh. It clicked. More?
Nope. More. It's not lined. There we go. Now you're
Huh.
good.
It clicked.
Well, it will, but that doesn't mean that it's lined on the correct track.
But there's only one track. Oh, I see. It was lined up on the back track. Okay.
Yeah, it lines up to the roundhouse. Yeah, you'll just have to pay attention to that. Welcome in, George.
He did it in Blender. I learned Maya in college. It was the only course, or one of the few courses that was actually informative until the point where I got good enough to teach the professor how to use it.
Oh, nice.
And it was like, I'm spending money on this. All I had to do was do my own research.
Yeah.
On my own time.
Oh, and don't worry about missing stream last week, George. You only missed a giant explosion. That's all it was.
There's a clip out there on Twitter by
it's out on the
Lagoon Key.
Twitters.
Or you can just watch the last 10 minutes of the last VOD.
Yeah.
I made several ships for a very meh game in Steam. I mean, it's cool that they were in a game at least. Mine was just a personal project.
You, gonna change the switches?
Well,
you don't know where we're going.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Well, you can tell me which one to switch. Right.
Well, first we need to change that one. And then, do you remember where you were? Well, I say that. It was not last week, but the week before. Where we were in the D yard. Do you remember where that is? It's
what?
in the same place. D yard. Or Delta yard.
Nah, I don't know where that's at.
Okay. Guess we'll just do it on the fly.
I thought you knew where it was.
I do.
Then why is it on the fly? Oh, you're gonna tell me to
Because you
run
don't
ahead.
know. You don't know where it's at. That's what I meant. Well, I mean, I guess you could just drive this. You want to do that? Just drive this over to the train and I'll just line the switches since I know where to go.
Sure.
Okay. Just don't blow it up. That's all I ask.
Hey, now, the only reason why that happened was I was unfamiliar with the route. And,
Okay.
so I was unaware that we needed to lose speed very dramatically, and I had to turn off the throttle for the dynamic brake to even work. Because you never told me about that.
What?
You never told me I needed to turn the throttle completely off for the dynamic brake to work.
You do?
Yeah.
I never paid attention to that.
Yeah, one of the viewers said it in the stream.
Fascinating.
Yeah, throttle has to be off for it to work.
Wow.
Which also does explain why it worked for me before, because I'd always turn the throttle all the way down before using it. But it's not because I knew I needed to.
Typically, whenever you put on the brakes, you're not in the throttle anyway.
Yeah. Well,
That's a skill issue on your part.
During the last incident, I didn't have the throttle completely over. It was one notch away.
So it's your fault.
No, it's your fault for not telling me how it works.
Oh, it's your fault. You're trying to apply the brakes with the accelerator on. It's your fault. User error.
I mean, technically it's user error only because the instructor didn't instruct.
You suck.
So do you.
No, just you.
We'll add it to your list of crimes.
I've made no crimes.
Oh, I do not have those renders anymore. I don't know where they've gone. They were lost years ago with different computer moves. I do remember how one of them looks. I could probably sketch it if I really wanted to.
Believe it or not, there are some train fans lurking. People don't recognize, probably DV fans. No, there's other people that have come in here before that aren't. They don't know me. Like from Twitter. They just recognize the game. Same with the Thomas streams. Keep coming.
I was just trying to lower the speed down to 5.
5.
Yeah, we're really close, aren't
No, you've got like 2 cars. Actually, probably closer to 3.
we? It looks further away because of the long train.
1
engine.
car. Half a car. And stop. God damn it.
It still hit?
Yeah.
You remember there's a delay.
Yeah, I thought I told you soon enough. All right, just come back a smidge, just a little bit.
Whoops. I don't know what I'm doing.
Nice.
All good?
Yeah, you did great.
What job did we take? We're going to the coal mine, right? Coal mine east.
Yeah. Why do I hear air leaking
I don't know.
from the locomotive? Okay, it went away.
Huh. I still kind of hear it.
Yeah, it's building up the line pressure in the rest of the train.
Oh, okay.
I just wasn't used to the really loud hiss from the locomotive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because brake pressure is fine.
I'll let you drive since I drove like the last 2 streams.
Okay. Plus, I'm gonna have to, for us to go in the right direction, I think I'm gonna have to turn this whole train around.
Ah.
Yeah, because if we go, because it's basically only one way out when we pull out of here, so the whole train will be facing the wrong direction. And if we go out like towards where the train wreck was, we'd be driving around for a really long time, needlessly.
Yeah.
So I think we'll just go ahead and just turn the train around so we can head out in the better direction.
Aren't there 2 exits from in here?
There is, and the problem is that this doesn't have a Y at the end of the track where it goes on to the main line, so we'll only be able to go out one way unless we turn the whole train around.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Alright, brake's already off. Cool.
And you got the handbrake on the cars?
Yeah, I already grabbed it.
Alright.
For the Thomas streams, I saw several people I didn't recognize before. It was nice. Yeah. I think there are some viewers that literally just show up for those streams and that's it.
Thomas streams were pretty fun.
Yeah, I enjoy them.
Those looks.
The looks,
Yes.
the physics.
The physics, yes.
I love that. People are like, oh yeah, just go full ham. It doesn't have derail physics. Apparently, if you're in Thomas and you're going like 70 into like a 20, it still falls off.
Yeah, and it falls off in like this pathetic, like, silent, oops, I tipped over kind of way.
Yep. But it does do it.
Yes. Oh, that Discord live stream notification thing didn't work.
Oh. Sad.
Yeah.
Because that's something we'll have to work on.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Y here. We're going to go past the end of it, and then we're going to back into it.
Gotcha.
And then that'll get us to where we're facing the right direction. Once
So
we come
I
out
need to
the
get
other
out.
end. Yes.
There we go.
Get out at this
Switch.
at this switch we're getting ready to come up to, and then just tell me when the train passes it,
Yep.
and then turn it. Or switch it.
Honk the horn. Nice.
You're welcome.
I am indeed prototyping at Discord. At least for our notifications so far.
Hmm.
You're clear. And I've made the switch. Switch.
Okay. Oh, also check the lining of the switch on the other end to make sure I'm not getting ready to back into something.
Nope, nope. Just stop. You already moved past.
Oh boy.
No, you have plenty of... We're nowhere near it. It's just we're on a rail that would eventually hit. I couldn't see it because there was another
Okay.
cars. So go ahead and move forward again.
Go forward? Okay.
Yeah.
Just tell me when.
Yep. All right. Yeah, it should be good now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, due to the quantity of the Answer comics, I'm going to do them twice a week, on Saturday and Wednesday.
Nice.
So this Wednesday will be a new one.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
What app did I use? It was... let's see. It was Notify Me.
Alright, I went ahead and turned in the job
Alright.
so we can leave. And of course it turned off.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to reduce the debt before it would let us take the job.
Ah. So... how much was it? It doesn't look like we reduced that much.
Not a lot, considering we don't have the full amount to pay off the big debt.
Yeah.
So it just lets us pay off as much as we can without going in the negative, and then it'll let us take the job.
Because it shows we still have over 200... over
Oh, yeah.
200,000.
Yep, we do.
Welcome, Linux.
Now that you're going to drive, what train you picking? This one. We're delivering big excavators and trucks to the coal mine in the east. Welcome in, Linux. We are trying to clear our debts by running more trains.
Ping cord, huh? I don't know. Looks like Notify Me was supposed to be a decent one. I don't know. I might have just misconfigured something. But I don't think I did. That was my first time setting up something like that. Before, all I've ever done was dice rollers.
What type of train is it? Tell me about it. Like the locomotive? The locomotive is in the game. It's a DE6. Not really sure what it's based off of. It looks kind of like an SD40, if I'm not mistaken. But this train sim is also kind of based in Europe, like Eastern Europe. So it might be based on something that's more akin to what's on the rails over there versus here. But I mean, it's a DE designation in this game is for a diesel electric locomotive, which is what this is.
Welcome to Seki Gamma. Ping cord is accurate but needs a monthly subscription for all of its features. I'll have to take a look.
Yeah.
Thanks for the info, though. We don't have a watch, do we?
A watch?
Yeah, in games. See what the in-game time is.
There's ways to have like a watch on hand. It's something that you would have to purchase from the store.
So
and then
I
same
can't have
thing with you couldn't have it, I could. And then on top of that, there's a way to install a clock in the locomotives. Like with that soldering thing that we did
Yes.
before. So you can add it that way, but it's unless we stay in the same locomotive, it won't stay.
Can we actually try that? I want to see if I can even see it.
I'd imagine that it's not gonna work. Like, I will see it because I'm the one that's attaching the clock to the locomotive, but you probably won't see it.
I don't know, it might be worth a try, though.
Well, we can try.
Just
It
hear
doesn't
the
bother me.
awful noises again.
Yeah, and then I'll have to remember how to do all the stupid shit again.
Well, some of it's more
Because I tried it
complicated than
once.
others.
I tried it once, and then I cringed really hard as to how it tells you how to do everything. And
Yeah,
it's just like,
I
"Oh,
remember.
This is so inaccurate. It bothers me.
Put
It
these,
bothers me badly.
Put these holes in. Now duct tape them.
Yes, put duct tape over the holes you just drilled, and just by pure magic, it'll hold it in place and not move.
Yes.
You just drilled 2 perfectly good holes through metal. Don't put a screw through it. Put duct tape on it.
And those sounds, man. Those sounds.
Yeah. And then you somehow managed to use this humongous roll of solder. You used the
Yes.
whole thing for one connection. It's like, Jesus.
So, someone likes the solder things.
Somebody wants to use all the solder. Fuck your resistance.
Again, it wasn't like a little bit. It's like a whole roll.
It's a whole roll, and then the size of the solder is massive.
Yeah.
Like, the gauge is insane.
Nope, I use it all up.
It's like you're trying to use solder for like piping, not not for electronics.
Can't stop, won't stop. Till it's all gone.
Suffering.
This tunnel's kind of spooky.
Spooky tunnels? In Derail Valley? Say it ain't so.
And then a zombie's right there, and then we run them over, and it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Womp womp. Look, another tunnel. Damn. I'm like floored. I got it at notch 11.
What's your speed?
40.
Okay.
And climbing. It was really steep there for a while.
Yeah. The game's that's coolest at night.
It is. Just makes it harder to play.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't really notice the kind of lower graphics on everything, lower textures.
Yeah. I'll say the well, what was the name of the game that you've been doing the Thomas streams with? What was the name of it?
Was that Train Sim World 5?
Yeah,
I believe that's
that
what
sounds
it's called.
right. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
very pretty game, other than the really creepy faces on the people.
Yeah, the people aren't the greatest looking, but I mean, everything else in that game was phenomenal. It's like they put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, the environments look great. The trains look really good.
Yeah, they do, and even the sound, the way that they did the audio on it, where it's like you can hear when it's raining, you can hear the rain on the metal roofs of the
You don't hear that in this
train
game,
station.
do you?
No,
Really?
you don't.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, like that rail right there looks kind of rough.
Yeah.
I mean, it works well enough for what you need.
Yeah.
I'd argue this is still a good-looking game, just not. to the
Yeah, it's
same
not.
level.
It's just if you're comparing the two, yeah, Train Sim
Also,
World 5 is a
This is
different
open
level.
world, while Train Sim 5 is levels.
Yeah, it is.
So this is like a
Well,
huge
technically,
world.
technically it is open world. It's
Oh,
just
it
you
is?
have to play it. You can play it that way, or you can play scenarios.
Ooh, you should try open world sometime.
Yeah,
I'd
open
like to
world.
see
It's
that.
like you just walk around and you find different jobs to do. Apparently, is how that works.
Kind of like this one,
Yeah,
just not quite as realistic.
yeah, exactly. I forgot to ask what type of engine does this use? So what a diesel electric is what it has is it has a main diesel engine, but contrary to what you would think it would be, the diesel engine doesn't actually move the train. The electric traction motors are what actually move it. What the diesel part of the the diesel part of the train, what it does is it just spins a. I'm trying to remember how this works. It's been a minute. But basically, it spins a generator backwards. So that's how it built. That's how it makes electricity, and then that electricity gets fed into the traction motors on each bogie under the locomotive. And the diesel engine in the back is just fucking massive, and it's usually like a V12 or V16 or something like that. It's just some massive diesel engine.
Is that the whole length of this thing, pretty much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun thing. So, like, typically whenever you're talking engine displacement with like a normal, like, say, like an engine in a car or on a motorcycle, they'll measure the size of the engine as in, like, the whole thing. So, like, say, like, you have a 2-liter engine. So the size of the whole engine displacement is 2 liters. Or, you know, like a Chevy 350, it's 5.7 liters. Normally, when you're measuring the displacement of those engines, they measure it in the displacement of one single cylinder because they are that fucking massive. And then you really the way you figure out the total displacement of it is like, you know, the displacement of your single cylinder, like the bore and the stroke, and then you'll just multiply that by however many cylinders you have, and then you have your actual displacement. Does it run faster than the trains you've been running so far? The DE6, without any of the mod packs installed, is the most powerful locomotive in this game. It produces the most horsepower, therefore it has the most tractive effort, and it can go the fastest.
Cream of the crop.
Yep.
I forget, why don't you like the mechanicals?
The diesel mechanical,
Yeah.
it's like you're driving a car, but it's a steam, or it's a diesel locomotive. So it's like you're having to change gears like a manual transmission, but it's a locomotive. It's a pain in the butt.
Why?
You can't just get in it and drive it.
Why is it designed like that?
Because some of the very early diesel locomotives were designed like that because they didn't have like the diesel electric stuff. They didn't have that stuff figured out yet.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's just like how the early days of steam was. Nobody really knew what they were doing. They're all trying all these different ideas to try to make it work. So it was the same way early on with diesel locomotives. Same thing. It's like they developed the technology of the diesel engine, and then they're like, well, let's try to put it in a locomotive as a different means of propulsion. But then they're also trying to figure out, how do you hook up the diesel engine to the wheels to make the thing move. And so like in this game, you have the diesel mechanical, so it uses a transmission. And the transmission is what transfers the power from the diesel engine down to the wheels. Then you'll have a diesel hydraulic, which we haven't messed with. So what it uses like a hydraulic clutch style turbine thing. And that's how it transfers the power to the wheels. And then like this is a diesel electric, so it uses traction motors to propel it.
And the small one's also diesel electric.
Yes, it's just much smaller.
Yeah. We need to try out the other two sometime.
We have actually tried the diesel mechanical before. I think we did it because it was all that was available to us.
But we didn't do. I don't recall us doing a run with it. We used it to move stuff.
Yeah.
I want to do an actual run with it.
Do we have to?
Yeah, at least once.
Why?
Just
I
try
hate it. Then you can drive.
I'll drive it, yeah.
Okay, because I hate it.
Maybe I'll wreck it for you.
Good.
I'll just drive it right off a bridge.
I hate it that much.
You know what? If there's one at the next
I would
station...
I would much rather get the license for the diesel hydraulic and just do that.
I want to try the mechanical.
Because those are fine.
I want to try
The diesel hydraulic is totally fine.
If there's a mechanical at the next stop, I'll hop in it and I'll just take off.
Okay.
And then I'll catch up later.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I can teleport.
Yeah, well. Just saying, trying to shift the gears and put it in low gear and high gear, try to have the engine revs right where it needs to be. It sucks.
Look, all it has to do is drive off a cliff.
Okay.
That's all I needed to do. He left you all the crappy trains and drove the good one? I mean, I've drove this one before. That's why I wrecked, that's where all the explosions came from, was this one.
Yep, we were in another DE6. That met a very explosive end.
Well, the train.
And technically, it's still out there.
Was...
We can drive past it at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
We only cleared what was on the track, and we left everything else, so we didn't have to spend the money.
And it also adds character to the map.
It does. We have something to drive past, and it's like, look, it's the old wreck of whatever that train number was.
Maybe it's haunted.
Yep, the ghost of Nova is still inside of it.
Nah, just the ghost of the cars.
Yep.
Gradually exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Every night you drive by and there's a yellow flash of light on the tracks.
Yep. And you just hear voices. Look what you've done to me.
And are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
I don't know why, but my tracking's been pretty spot on last few times I streamed. I don't know why.
Cool. Mine's just stuck at 15 frames because of my wonderful webcam.
Well, for a while, like, mine's supposed to be able to crank out 60, but it only goes at 30.
Yeah.
But for a while...
Same thing I ran into with mine.
Yeah, but for a while, I was only getting 15 again, even though I configured it to do 30 properly.
Yeah.
And now it's doing 30 consistently. I don't know why.
So annoying. I spent this money on this webcam and it doesn't do what it says it does.
I
So
mean,
annoying.
It kind of does what it does. It's supposed to do.
It does, but it's like I thought it was supposed to do 60 frames per second, and it doesn't.
I thought
it does
yours
30.
was rated for 30.
It is rated. Well, it is. That's what it does.
On the box, it said 30.
Cuts it.
I don't know why it cuts it in half.
Yeah, it's
I mean, mine's
so
supposed to be
annoying.
going at 60, and it goes at 30 on a good day. I don't get it.
I don't either.
Makes
It's
me want
very
to
annoying.
prematurely upgrade to an iPhone.
I've thought about it, but at the same time, it's like this model. I just think it's overkill.
It is. It doesn't have all the extra doodads that the more complicated models would have.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if I want to go full in on a fully rigged model right now.
No, it's not worth it.
Yeah. If I got monetized, maybe, but not right now. Right now, it doesn't make any sense to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, hitting monetization kind of shows that it's worth it.
Yeah, it would.
Maybe we'll get there someday.
Someday. One can hope.
And when I would get that model, I'd do a debut stream.
Oh my.
Make theater out of it. That
I'm
accent.
not sure which direction we need to go in.
Huh. I like that it's now foggy too.
Yeah, this will help with not running into things.
It's not terribly bad. The accent would never have happened if you have taken a steam engine. Oh, I guarantee it would have happened in the steam engine. Because I believe it was downhill.
Yeah, I think it was too.
And I did not know I needed to slow down ahead of time because it was literally the speed limit is 70. Just a little ways down.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, it's now 30. It's like, oh, okay. How am I supposed to stop this?
I just demonstrated how you stop a train.
Yeah, going like 30 to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll try to do 70 to
70 to 40?
yeah,
Okay. I'll do it right now.
going downhill and within just a short span of time because
I'll do it.
you're supposed to have the route fully memorized. You missed the steam engine. I mean, we'll go back to it. Gotta keep it fresh. Gotta try different engines.
Guess you gotta get monetized. I mean, it'll happen when it happens.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change how I do stuff to try to get there quicker.
Yeah, same. We do what we do.
Pretty much.
Do the other trains need co-piloting like the steam engine?
Technically, no. But most railroads have a set amount of crew that they have on each train.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Most of the big railroads nowadays only have 2 people. They'll have a conductor and a train engineer, and that's usually it. But like back in the days of steam, like very early on, you would have the train engineer, you would have the fireman, you'd have a conductor, and then you'd have one, if not multiple, brakemen, because back in the day, trains didn't have air brakes on them. They only had mechanical brakes. So you would have people that were called brakemen. They would just run along the top of the train, and depending on what you needed to do for train control, they'd run along the top of the trains and set the brakes mechanically by turning a...
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like one of those Western movies where you got people running along the top of the roof of the cars.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that. But it's like that was your job.
Is there stop?
Yeah, this is it. You can unhook.
All right.
I already set the brake. But yeah, it's like, so you're trying to, you know, run along the tops of the cars, you know, trying to get through whatever load or anything that it might have if it's like a open top car. So it's like you're trying to negotiate around all that stuff while setting the handbrakes, and also trying to avoid anything low hanging as you're going down the railroad tracks. Try not to get your head removed when you're going through a tunnel.
Exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. $91,000.
Nice.
Yeah, got a good time bonus on that one. But yeah, but then they came up with air brakes, so that got rid of pretty much any reason to have a brakeman, because now the train engineer took care of all the train brakes.
Much more efficient.
What about train marshals? Yeah, train marshals do exist, but I mean, they're not train marshals nowadays. They don't normally ride on the trains themselves. I mean, they probably do if it's a passenger train, but like most trains in the U.S., we don't we don't have passenger trains like most other countries do. I mean, where priority is freight. Most of the time, they don't have a train marshal. Pay must have been good. No, pay was shit.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Back then, pay was horrendous. I think really the only way you made any good money was if you were the train engineer or the conductor. Besides that, you were a nobody. You didn't make shit.
I'm not seeing any other engines here.
There probably won't be. If we're lucky, there would have been a steam locomotive.
Oh, okay.
And it would have been towards the front, like wherever we first came in, and I don't think I saw one.
Oh, was there any jobs?
Nope, there is a steam locomotive out there, but that's it. Yeah, there's 2 jobs here. I'll just go back and look at them
Yeah,
real
I
quick.
see that now.
Let's see. So there's a one that goes to the coal power plant for 83,000.
Ooh.
And then there's another one that also goes to the coal power plant for 48,000. Problem is that we can only take one. I don't think we could take both. Both together would be too much even for what the DE6 can pull.
Here's a question. What if we took 2 engines?
Much easier to do if they're both diesel and a steam locomotive. That's gonna suck.
No. They just go separate.
You really want to try to run one of these by yourself?
Yeah. I would say yes, but we're doing this to actually make money, not for...
Yeah. Plus, whoever's up front would have to take care of the lining of the switches.
It'd probably be you.
To make sure we're going the right way. And then we also got to trust each other not to run into each other.
That's true. We'd have to... The lead would have to call out their speeds and the speed limit.
I say that though
if
I'm up front, I'm pretty sure I'd be quicker than you, so. Yeah.
Might be something to try in the future then.
It would be. Because, I mean, I could solo a steam locomotive. It's just not fun.
I think I could solo steam locomotive.
Okay, we're just going to take the most expensive one.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay.
Oh. What about I don't know what.
What?
Nope, those are not connected. I'm looking at the train
We're already
stations.
unhooked, right?
Yeah, we're unhooked. I was just
Okay.
wondering if going to one of the nearby train stations, we can grab one and bring it back.
I mean, we can try. There's just no guarantee that there would be another one there.
Let's not bother. You hearing a lot of jabs from Pascal right about now?
Jabs?
Guess he means you're kind of bullying me? I don't know. Maybe. He needs to
Maybe
get,
a little bit.
he needs to get out of his system because he's always bullied on Twitter.
I am. Everybody's ganging up on me.
It's gonna get even worse when I release that drawing eventually.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Also really makes me wonder if Hobosaki is actually going to follow through with what they said.
Which one? Which thing?
Supposedly they were going to make some art too, or commission some art.
What was that about? I do recall him saying they're gonna commission something.
I can't remember if that was another one.
Oh, it was
with
a foot burger.
I don't know if it was a foot burger or if it was another like the wedding dress thing.
I
or
know
something
one was a
similar.
foot burger.
Yeah.
Because they're like, alright, I'm going to unsubscribe, block, and then foot burger.
Yeah.
But that was, I'm pretty confident, a joke.
What a great community.
It is, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
So active and
So caring.
so much fun.
Yeah. I feel so loved.
I mean, that's why they're doing it.
Yeah. It's out of love,
It is.
not hatred
Nope.
or spite.
Well, spite can also be in there too.
Yeah.
Both can exist simultaneously.
Mm-hmm. If you could work on a train, what position would you take? Well, the engineer, obviously. That's the fun part.
Probably end up a mechanic.
Honestly, yeah. And then I'd be even more miserable than I already am.
I mean, you'll love it at first.
I love it at first because it's like, oh yeah, it's something different, something new, and I'm actually working on something that I always wanted to try, and then I'll get like 6 months, a year into it, and it's like, my body's broken. Everything's humongous. Everything weighs so much.
Everything is
And it's
somehow
diesel.
even more toxic.
Diesel is disgusting. I can't stand it. And that's all these things run on.
An even higher quantity of the toxic materials.
Oh, hell yeah. Because, I mean, these things take... I mean, the quantities of stuff that goes in these things is not small.
Yeah.
everything is massive, and it just takes massive amounts of like engine oil, coolant, everything. It's just everything's on a grand scale just because of how massive they are and
Yeah.
the job that they have to do. I didn't hear about this one. Yeah, it was something Hobosaki said on Twitter. I don't know if they're actually going to follow through with it or not, but I mean, they did say something along the lines of commissioning something.
You've gotten several threats of wild art ideas.
I have.
And none of them panned out
No.
so far.
So,
Oh, except one. One did happen.
yep. Yeah, it did.
I think it was our first fan art.
Yeah.
It was,
It was self-inflicted, too.
yeah. It was during Christmas, around there.
Yep. Honestly, it felt a lot like something Clara would do. Now make them kiss.
Yeah.
Do they run trains in Oklahoma you could potentially work on?
It was
Only
a masterpiece.
places that I could think of would be like, I think there's places in Oklahoma City, because I know there's a railway museum out there, but that's not really near me. And then on top of that, it's basically just volunteer work. Like, I'd have to go out there on my spare time and work on what they have available at the museum. And most of the time, whenever you're doing stuff like that, you're just doing,
I miss
work, like trying to clean stuff, paint stuff, things like that. You're not driving trains around or anything like that.
So which of these are we moving?
I was getting the locomotive turned around because I don't think there was a turntable here. Unless I missed it. I didn't see one. So I just went around on the loop to get the locomotive facing the right direction, and then we're going to back into the train that's over there. It's like 2 tracks over from what we just dropped off at.
Alright.
I already found it, so that's what we're doing. Guess we gotta get more fan art out. I've been wanting to commission stuff just so I have more things I could use for my thumbnails.
I mean, you got one for God Eater.
Yeah. And it's raining.
So it is. Oh, yes, it's kind of funny watching the models run around.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not wearing our assets.
Oh no, we're not. Sad. We failed.
We did.
The one time we can wear our train conductor assets and we're not.
Well, you can also wear them if you do the Thomas game.
True.
Hey, wasn't there some like non-first person train sim you were talking about playing at some point? That was kind of like a tycoon kind of game.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's actually quite a bit of those out there nowadays. I mean, the main series that I've been played the most would be like Railroad Tycoon series, which is Sid Meier's Railroad Tycoon, which is the same person that made Civilization.
Yeah.
So he has that series as well. He has that, and then there was another follow-up to that called Railroads, which is another one.
Good name.
Yeah. And
Yeah, you should stream those too.
There's some other ones that are similar to that on Steam. I can't remember what the names of them are off the top of my head. And then there's also the Transport Fever series. Also has trains in it. It's like Transport Fever and Transport Fever 2.
Yeah.
So. Whoa. Hello.
Hello. I need to start playing some of the space sim and flight sims I've been wanting to do.
Yeah. You've been mentioning that more than once.
Yeah. My schedule's just too packed.
Yeah. Somebody actually streams.
I only have one day off, I've noticed.
Yeah, once you added me in for Satisfactory, you got yourself down to one day.
Wednesdays I was usually streaming. It was just variety day.
Oh, I see.
I just play whatever game as opposed to having a ongoing setup
Yeah.
like all the other days. You need to back up more. And stop. Oh, a little bit more. A little bit. Just a smidge. A little bit more. Put my hand in between. Stop. Yeah, perfect.
Good. And I'll go turn this in. You should stream your POV of God Eater sometime with the thumbnail. Yeah, I've been wanting to stream it. I'm just having issues with
push
so
talk.
I play God Eater with a controller, and with everything going on around my house, I've been using push to talk to stream, and I've been having a hell of a time trying to get push to talk to work on my controller. And I gotta clear the fees.
Days off is for nerds. We need more streams. Well, Thursdays I'm playing with my friends.
I'm pretty sure they're
IRL
talking about
friends.
me.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, the locomotive probably turned off.
It did.
Yeah, I had to clear the dead on it.
I turned it back on.
I noticed.
Oh,
Did you
is the
get
hand...
us all hooked up?
We are. Did the handbrake get re-engaged? No. Alright.
Just make sure it's off on the locomotive.
It was re-engaged. I just fixed it.
Cool.
Should be streaming twice a day.
Okay, buddy.
I kid.
Something's not right. I fixed it.
What was it?
I forgot. It also sets the brake cutout on it.
Oh,
So I had to
yeah.
fix that. I was like, it's flashing on the brake pipe. What the hell's going on? And it's like, oh, wait.
It resets everything.
Yeah,
Just
it does.
G-Lock Air Battle? No, I never heard of that one, actually. I suppose, since I'm not driving, I can look up what the game is.
Oh my god.
Alright. It requires that hyphen. Otherwise, you're just looking up Glocks. Oh, this reminds me of Turn and Burn No Fly Zone. Oh, I gotta play that. For Super Nintendo. I love Turn and Burn. I still have the cartridge.
Nice.
You pilot a F-14 off an aircraft carrier in that game.
Nice.
And it's got little cinemas for taking off and landing and looking back.
It's like Top Gun.
I mean, definitely.
Oh yeah.
It knows what it wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I'll put it on the list of games I wish I could play.
Add it to the pile.
The pile for Metroidvania games is pretty big.
Yeah.
I will not be wanting for Saturday streams. Because I'm just going to keep doing the Metroidvanias on Saturdays. Works pretty well.
Yeah. I forgot to refill my water before stream.
Oops. Yeah, Afterburner's good. I like I like that game.
I just realized something.
Huh.
We're going the wrong way.
Oh. Like how bad the wrong way?
Guess it depends.
That's not a good sound. What?
What?
You're going, ah.
I'm trying to look at the map and also make sure we're not going to crash.
Do you want me to take over?
No, I'm fine.
Alright. Like, is there a switch we can take to, kind of put us on track again?
Whoops. We are coming up on a Y in a little bit. We could try to take that to try to get going in the right direction.
Alright.
It's just, I'm not sure. There's another intersection. I'm not sure if it's a Y or not. It looks like it is, but I'm not sure. I hope it is. Otherwise, this is gonna suck.
Gonna lose our time bonus.
Yeah, we'll just be driving around in circles trying to get over there.
And to this day, you can still hear that lone train engine rumbling along the tracks.
Probably.
If you hear it, do not approach. For it is just the spirit of that engine. Or however that... oh yeah, searching for its final destination. Although what I'm trying to evoke is not, like, the ghost story thing. It's a Twilight Zone episode. You watch Twilight Zone?
Nope.
Ah, killing me.
I do that a lot.
You do. It's
It's
fine.
almost like
There's
I'm
a lot
not
of
the same person.
There's a lot of things that you watched I haven't, like Lord of the Rings and stuff.
I still can't believe you haven't watched Lord of the Rings.
I have no intention to either.
Sad.
This does not interest me.
Okay, Twilight Zone's not interesting.
Oh, it is, but
No, it's not. Lord of the Rings ain't interesting. Twilight Zone's not interesting either.
majority of sci-fi that you've watched, a lot of it stems from Twilight Zone and Outer Limits.
Yeah, same with
So-
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but everyone always copies that way too tightly.
Yep.
Way too tightly.
It's just too damn good.
No, it's boring now.
You are boring.
I said now.
You are so boring.
It's overdone. I blame D&D for that, though.
Yeah.
Because everyone wanted to copy their success. You succeed in collecting all the base ports of Afterburner except for one, which is the best version, the Saturn version. Oh, that's unfortunate. What a story. I love the OG Twilight Zone. There you go, yeah. The Obsolete Man was your favorite episode. Let's see. Which one was that? I am not recalling. Let's see. I cannot recall that one. I'm getting confused with the one with that lady that have her appearance modified to mimic the in models. of what human appearance was supposed to be to fit in, because, you know, you can't exist in society otherwise. I'm gonna look that up. Which one was that? Obsolete Man. Yeah, we do share a lot of hobbies and interests. It's kind of cool and crazy. Twilight Zone. So you never seen any of Outer Limits either, right?
Nope.
Alright. Oh, Obsolete Man. Now I'm looking at screen caps of it. Yeah, this is a good one. I love how relevant so many of these episodes are today. Like, the execution of the content is dated, but the actual thing that they're trying to tell you is still extremely relevant. I suppose my favorite episode would be, I think it was, I forget the exact number, Terror at 30,000 feet or something. The one with Shatner and that stupid ape creature out on the wing of that plane. Because A, there's planes, and B, it's William Shatner totally hamming it up. And the look of that creature when it looks in the window is really funny. Oops. Didn't mean to knock the microphone. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's probably my favorite episode. Some runner-ups. Oop. Headset messed up. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
No, I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a gremlin. I remember in Looney Tunes, there were episodes with Bugs Bunny, with the gremlin, that was always trying to detonate the bombs of World War II bombers. Ever seen any of those?
Yeah.
I hated those episodes. Just because I hated the gremlin. But I did like seeing Bugs Bunny get his comeuppance for once.
Yeah.
I shot an arrow into the air. Yeah, I do not have the names of the episodes memorized like I would with like Star Trek, the original series. That one I can generally recognize any episode by name. Also, there's a lot of episodes of Twilight Zone. Shot an arrow. This is the tank crew one, isn't it? Maybe it isn't. Oh, some other episodes I really enjoyed though. The one with the old woman that lived alone in a cabin, and a small flying saucer lands in her attic, and it totally freaks her out because, you know, it's this weird metal disc, and she's like obviously from like the 1800s. And then she starts seeing these little guys running around in silver suits throughout the house, and they keep pointing their hands at her, and then she starts feeling little zaps on her because they're shooting her with like little ray guns. And then she kills them all. And then takes like an axe to their flying saucer and just demolishes it. And then they zoom out on the flying saucer and it says USAF.
What the heck?
Or like US Space Service or something like that.
Yeah.
It was basically another world that they were visiting that had giants on it. That was a good one. I really like the special effects of that. They are really cheesy looking, and that makes it really fun.
Yeah.
Because the little astronauts look hilarious, especially when they're getting killed.
Oh boy.
Because they're like clay figures, and they're just, you know, struggling.
Yeah.
And like one gets like thrown across the room quite violently. It's really funny watching it bounce.
Yeah.
Then there was another episode. I'm not sure if they were, let's see, like a crew. Yeah, a crew of astronauts took off, and they like had a total mishap, and they crash landed on an alien world that's very similar to Earth, or you know, it's a big old desert. And they're wandering around trying to survive, and they slowly get killed off either through betrayal from one of their members, because you know they're running out of water,
Yeah.
or from like hazards. I think one of them fell off a cliff or something and died. And eventually it was just the captain and the traitor. And the traitor tried to take out the captain, and the captain had to deal with him. And so he continues wandering along, and then he finds a road, and he follows the road and sees a gas station. He's like, we never left Earth. We tore each other apart, but we never left Earth. And they were literally just like a mile away from civilization. They just didn't know it. Quite tragic. Yeah, it was one of the actual aliens. Oh, that was it? Okay. Well, there's this other one where a tank crew goes to a time portal and ends up at Custer's Last Stand. But they're too busy wandering around and figuring what to do that the tank ran out of gas. And they joined the battle because they saw no way of surviving. And they did not belong in that period, so it was better for them to go out with a blaze of glory, I guess. And then there's, I think it was called Them. Or no, maybe that was Outer. I think it was Outer Limits. You had these ants with human faces on them. Yeah, that's Outer Limits. That was a freaky one.
Sounds like it.
They're kind of claymation-like, and they really hammed up their movement and the zoom in on the faces.
Oh boy.
They're nightmare fuel. But going back to my original one I was talking about with the there's a passenger plane that takes off, and they end up going into the past, and they can't land anywhere. And so they figure out what happened, turn around and go back through the time portal, and their gas, their fuel's running out.
Yeah.
And they try to do that, and then they end up at the wrong time. Instead of being in the 1960s, they're back in the 1930s. And so they have to go back.
Sounds like the plot of the last Indiana Jones movie.
Well, guess what? They probably got it from there. Like I said, most sci-fi that we see these days is based around those old stories. Like The Matrix is literally several Twilight Zone episodes crammed together. That's all it is, mixed with their own stupid ideas. I don't like The Matrix.
I love it. Well, I take that back. I like the first movie.
Yes.
The other two, not so much.
That's.
Wait, no, there's technically a fourth one now.
Did you see Animatrix?
If I did,
it's several episodes, but they're like shorts.
If I did, I probably forgot about it.
It's animated episodes based in that world. Some of them were pretty interesting. Most of them were kind of just, whatever. This is pretty to look at.
Yeah, I get the feeling that if I watched them, I probably only watched them like one time, and that's it.
That's what I did.
I don't remember it.
One of my friends bought it and was like, "Here, watch this." I'm like, "I hate The Matrix, but okay, I'll watch it."
Yeah.
But I have a reason for hating The Matrix. Do you want to know it?
What?
It was due to a science fair.
Okay.
My project was on artificial intelligence. And so I had my display, and I was ready, for the judges to come by. Judges stopped by, and they started asking me questions. And then one of them's like, "This is like The Matrix, right?" And then the two of them proceed to have discussions and debate about The Matrix, and never talk to me during the whole allotted time. Then they walk away, and they flunk me.
What the hell?
Because they wouldn't shut up about The Matrix. They're like, "Have you seen The Matrix?" I had not seen it at that time. And no. So I had no idea how to even jump into the conversation because they were so intent about talking about The Matrix.
Oh boy.
And
But they flunked you because you hadn't seen it?
Effectively. I think it was because I wasn't talking, but they wouldn't stop talking about The Matrix. What was I supposed to do? Just start yelling at them to pay attention to me?
Yes.
I probably should have in hindsight, but...
It's like, hey, can we talk about my project here?
Yes,
You're actually here for?
Let's not talk about The Matrix's goofy idea of AI.
Yeah.
And talk about something a little more grounded. Fortunately, my actual teacher allowed me to redo the presentation one-on-one, and I got like an A- on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, this was totally necessary to go through. But like a month later, I tried to watch The Matrix because I wanted to see
what the hell they were talking about.
Yes, and then I was watching, I'm like, this is terrible.
I hate this.
Like, this is dumb. Also, I recognize like all their plot lines from Twilight Zone, but they're just not executed as well. Welcome, Foamy. Tell him to grow up. Yeah, that'd be really funny. This kid just starts yelling at them, "Grow up, you two." I don't care if you're in your 40s. let's see, what are some other episodes that... Oh, another one I liked was the one with Shatner. You'll see a theme. I generally like anything with Shatner in it.
I see.
Him and Leonard Nimoy are the only two actors I actually cared about. But there was a little fortune teller at a cafe. I was on the tables. And it had a little devil head, like a bobblehead kind of thing. And so you feed your like nickel into it, and press down, it would pop out like a Chinese fortune kind of thing, like from for the cookies. It read like that, and he would ask it these questions, and a few times it got it right, and it spooked him. Same with his fiance, and so they're asking it multiple questions like, should we leave? And then it would give like a vague answer. He's like, well, when can we leave? And then it would, say something. And eventually they get like stuck there because he's afraid to do anything without, because he's afraid they might get, killed or, bad fortune or something would happen, without knowing about the prediction. And eventually, in proper Shatner presentation, he gives this big speech about how people need to forge their own paths and they can't be enslaved to, the possibilities of the future, only what they can actually do. And so they leave to go get their car, which was getting fixed up. And then in comes another older couple, and they sit down and they start asking it questions, and they're all nervous and shaky and stuff because someone else had already fallen into the trap.
Yeah.
Great stuff, great stuff. I also like the episode where there's this guy that wakes up and he's the last person on Earth. And he's just wandering around these towns and there's no one around. So eventually he finds this woman, and you find out that a great war occurred and she was on the opposite side. And then they have to learn to live with each other.
Didn't they base a TV series off of something like that?
Probably. Like I said,
it sounds familiar.
Most sci-fi that you see today is based around the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
You watched the episode where the guy predicted all bad people will only be 2 feet tall? No, I don't think I have. That one does not sound familiar. Or if I did, I only saw it once when I was like a kid. Oh, another great episode. This one's really stuck with me. It was about this old rich guy that was basically on his deathbed, and his family and extended family show up, for his last day.
Yeah.
And they're just a bunch of snobs that just want him to die so they can get their inheritance. And then they're, planning on fighting each other over it and grab as much as they can. And he easily picks up on this. The old guy does. And so he's like, we're going to play a game. Everyone has to wear these masks that I have prepared for each of you. And you have to wear it till midnight. And then they're all upset about it. And then he's like, I already know you all want me to die. And I promise you, I will die at midnight. So until then, though, you're in my house, and these are my riches, or my wealth, so wear the masks or you'll get nothing. It's already written in the will.
Yeah.
So they all put them on, and they're these hideous, contorted masks, faces.
Yeah.
And so they go through that, and by the end of it, they're all going crazy wearing these masks. They can't stand looking at each other and everything. And when midnight comes around, the guy slumps his head and dies, you know. So then they start, you know, fighting to get their masks off because they're kind of fastened.
Yeah.
And they take them off, and their actual faces now mimic their masks.
Oh boy.
And each mask mimics their personality. Like there was one guy that was very gluttonous, and he has like a pig-like face now.
Oh no.
And,
what the heck?
And you'd have to see what they all look like, but they're all kind of mimicking what their main character personality was.
Trait.
Their
Yeah.
trait, yeah. And obviously they start screaming and everything when they see that their faces are permanently like that. There's also the episode where this is Daniel. An episode where the evil rich guy takes 4 people down the elevator and tries to convince them to yield to him. Yeah, I remember that. I think I've only watched that like once though. But I do recall that. You definitely watched that one. That episode stuck with me pretty good. And then the episode that I absolutely despise was the one about this kid who I don't fully get. I don't fully remember. The kid either like had the devil born into him or something, because he has these like divine like powers. And if you anger him, he would like, I forget what he did, like stare at you, but awful things would happen to you. Like really awful things. One of them, the kid sends the guy out, or no, he looks at him and he turns into a Jack-in-the-Box. Like an actual Jack-in-the-Box. His head is attached to the wire. He's like dead. He just got turned into that. And then his parents plead with him to send it away, and he sends it out into the cornfield. And he does all these awful things, and the whole time I just want this kid gone.
Yeah.
Because it's just, it was too much. Pretty gruesome episode. There was no gore in it, but it was pretty freaky. Oh, the aliens in the diner. That's a classic. That one's probably one of the best known episodes, other than the librarian with the nuclear bomb. The aliens in the diner. Yeah, so there's this really bad, I think it was a flood. It took out a bridge, and so this bus had to stop. Or maybe it was a blizzard. I don't remember which. And they had to stop there at this diner, like all night, waiting for this bridge to be restored. And then there's like rumors of a UFO in the area, and everyone's freaking out about it. And then they're all accusing each other of, you know, being aliens, if I recall correctly. But eventually the bridge gets fixed. One of them warns them not to leave, but they decide to take their chances. They go and do that. The bus gets swept away. Everyone dies, except one of them that comes back. And if I can remember, one of them, yeah, he's like, I forget how it goes now. It's been too long, but he's like, yeah, I'm from, I think it was from Mars, and he's like, my fleet will be arriving to conquer Earth very soon. And then the guy who runs the cafe takes his mask off and he has a third eye, and he starts laughing, and the Martian just starts kind of staring at him, and the Venusian is like, we've actually been here for months, and we already destroyed your fleet, and just starts laughing at him.
Okay.
It makes more sense when you watch it. I didn't tell it very well because I don't remember all the details now. Yeah, these are old episodes. I'm fine with spoiling them. It's fine. Even if they're spoiled, they're well worth watching.
Nah, I can't be bothered.
Okay.
It's not worth watching.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want me to stop talking about it?
Oh no, you can keep talking about it.
Am I boring you?
No, I just don't think it's worth watching.
No? Why? Because I won't watch Lord of the Rings?
Yep.
You know, I'm willing to live with that.
Okay.
Because I really don't want to watch Lord of the Rings.
Alright. Well, I don't want to watch Twilight Zone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two. There's the Martian and the guy from Venus. How about a trade? I don't want to watch Lord of the Rings. It's long.
Oh, like an actual TV series isn't long either?
You can watch that easily in segments.
Same with The Lord of the Rings. There's 3 movies.
Yeah, but I have to sit there for like 3 hours for each one.
And?
Yeah, I don't like movies that go longer than like an hour and a half.
Then pause it.
Can't be bothered.
Okay. Well, I can't be bothered to watch Twilight Zone either.
You wouldn't have anyway, even if I did watch Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Because I hate you specifically.
I know. It's hard to be me sometimes. Watch the theatrical versions. But that's not all what the purists tell me to watch.
No, if you want the purists will just tell you to read the books. Don't even
I'm
bother
talking about
with
the movie
movies.
people, movie
Yeah.
purists. Yeah, I already know the real Lord of the Rings fans are always like, read the books.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, those books are there's so much that happens in them. There's no way in hell they would make a movie that would work.
Yeah.
The movies would be fucking 24 hours if you tried to fit everything in there.
I could probably be bothered to read the books more than I would watch the movies. Like, I didn't watch the newest Hobbit incarnation. I did watch the cartoon.
That's fine, you didn't
back
miss
in the
much.
day. And while the cartoon is nightmare fuel because of how it looks, I thought this was okay.
I did not like The Hobbit.
But I read the book, and I thought the book was pretty fun. I felt it was more geared toward children.
Yeah.
It was very playful. I don't think Lord of the Rings is as playful as The Hobbit. Books.
No, it's not.
Yeah. But I always hear The Hobbit's a good starting point because it kind of introduces you to concepts and is not difficult to understand.
Yeah.
It's a very
Plus,
straightforward story.
The Hobbit is supposed to be the prequel to The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Start with the first, and we'll make Pascal watch 4 episodes. We can do a watch along. You know, I've been thinking about the concept of a watch along, and I don't know how to make them interesting as a VOD.
Yeah.
It's like, it'd be kind of awkward to have music playing, but it's also awkward not to have music playing. And I haven't, like, watched any of the other VTubers who do watch-alongs, other than, like, Pippa and Tenma, and a few other phase, but they actually are showing the show or movie on stream because they're doing it elsewhere, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you make that work when you don't have an elsewhere?
You make an elsewhere.
I don't want an elsewhere. I don't
I
want...
don't wanna. I don't know what to tell you then.
I do agree with Pippa in it's better to stay on one platform, at least when you're starting.
True.
And then you build your platform up, and then when you're at a certain size, then you branch out, and then you start streaming on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Because you have your base audience. But starting out, I don't think going to multiple platforms is a good idea.
No, probably not.
Easy, we make one.
Just don't watch all the movies in one day? No, you sit there and watch The Lord of the Rings, you binge it, and director's cut all 3 movies back to back.
Ugh.
Just suffer.
That would be suffering.
Oh, I love it.
You know what?
Fantastic.
Then we have to watch Dune, director's cut, the 80s one.
I've never seen that.
Oh, I'm sure you'll love it.
Will I? Okay.
Think about his community night. It's usually what other tubas do to it. I do it. So would I just private them afterward?
I mean, it's hard for them to bonk him if they're on private. They're not to where everybody can see them.
No, I'm saying obviously people would have to find their own source somehow to watch it.
Yeah.
And we use timestamps.
Yeah.
Officially.
Officially.
And then private the VOD because I can't imagine that VOD being interesting. I guess unless someone then tries to watch it, then maybe. I don't know. Oh, I cannot confirm it, but if anyone has Paramount Plus, if you can check at some point. But William Shatner recently said that they garbled out the preamble for every single episode of Star Trek on Paramount Plus, because he says where no man goes before. So now it's like no man before. Because
What?
it wasn't politically
Because it
correct to
says
say man.
man?
Yes, because people these days do not understand the term man means mankind, as in humans. They take it as...
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Take it in as sex.
Yeah, it's
Or
ridiculous.
gender. What the fuck? Grow the hell up.
But apparently they did that. I don't have Paramount Plus, so I cannot confirm it.
I don't have it either.
But I would not be surprised, so I do take his word for it. But I am curious. Fortunately, I own the original series on Blu-ray, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Own physical media of your favorite TV shows and movies, everyone. if you can. Because streaming services cannot change those.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly, Linux. Community night watch-alongs or Discord, Twitter, or their social media affairs. Yeah. Also, the original Star Trek was the best Star Trek. That's my hot take. It's even better than Next Generation. Though Next Gen is a very close second place. Actually, it pretty much goes in order of release. I like the original series the most, then Next Generation, then Deep Space Nine, and then Voyager. And then we'll inject the Star Trek cartoon from the 70s. And then Enterprise. And then the movies are all over the place. Or preferences.
Where the heck is A?
Are we lost?
Says it wants it on A2 inbound. I have no idea where that is.
Pascal's speechless? No, he's just letting me yap.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go.
Oop.
So I need to go to A yard, but it's like, where the hell is A yard?
A. We're on A.
No, we're on B.
But the A right here points to this line. Or rail. I don't know unless I'm misreading it.
Oh. What the hell? Well, that says A3L, but we need A2I.
Oh, okay.
And then the one next to it is B5I, and then the one next to it is B3S. What the hell is this?
This place is goofy.
Yeah, no kidding. Here's A6S.
And which one did we need again?
A2I.
A1S. Oh, no. Oh, I think this is the mechanical. Yeah, this is kind of confusing. Any luck?
No. I found A1S like where you were,
Yeah.
but that's it.
2 would be right by you, you'd imagine.
You would think. Yep, I found it. It is right next to that other one.
Oh, okay.
Now I
Is
just gotta
that-
figure out how to get over here.
Yeah.
Looks like maybe we can just go around.
I can't see anything in this.
Yeah, it's dark.
Oh, right, I remember all this. Oop. There we go. That's a lot better.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
I can go around and then back into it. So I'll try that. My dad liked The Next Generation. I like that a lot too. That and the first series were pretty watchable. Remember my dad talking about the first Star Trek, talking about that a lot. But yeah, I generally watch The Next Generation just because it was newer, I guess.
I mean, I watched it.
It was still
growing up.
on TV. It was
Yeah.
still on TV whenever. I mean, they still had reruns of it,
I watched it live.
whereas it was harder to watch the original TV series, at least on regular television.
Let's see if I can figure this out. I have no idea what I'm doing. Probably destroying this poor thing. Oh. I killed it.
Good job.
There we go. This is the diesel mechanical.
Oh, is that you?
No.
I see lights on the track. At least I think they are. Yeah, that's you over there.
It is. I don't know, this thing is kind of cool.
Okay, buddy.
I'm gonna ram you.
Please don't.
Oop. All systems full power. No, I'm not really going to.
Okay.
This will be for a different time. Where is it?
Can you tell me when I get past that switch?
Yeah.
That's where I need to back in.
actually kind of glad I started that up because now I have light. You got a ways to go still.
Really?
Yeah.
To get into A2I?
You want to go past that switch, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, are you supposed to be going into where the mechanical is?
No, where it's the track A2I, A2 inbound.
Oh. Um. You can stop.
I am.
You're going to A2. Which one is it? 2I?
A2I. A2 inbound.
Alright.
Should have been right over there.
I was looking at the wrong switch, sorry.
Oh,
You're all set.
okay.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate diesel? So the original diesel, like I would say
Started
from
moving
like
on its own.
season 1 through 7, I would say I hate him like at like a 6, maybe a 7, because it's like he is a bad character, but he's like still has some empathy. But then
It's got that Chad face.
whatever happened to him to try to make him a more likable character in the later series, I hate him at a 10. I do not like his character at all. It's like they try to make him likable, and I hate it. He's not Diesel. He's not the old Diesel. He's so different. It's like they totally changed his personality.
They probably took the concept of we can't allow for villains to exist.
Yeah, that's
It's
exactly
a very
what
common
they did.
Storytelling thing lately.
Yeah,
Is
that's
remove
exactly
all
what they
villains.
did. Yep.
And if you do have a villain, make them sympathetic and almost the good guys.
Yep, that's what they did, and it's just like I hate him. I hate Diesel. I hate current day Diesel. Is the Thomas Diesel a diesel mechanical? No, he's not. Pretty sure he's just a diesel electric. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's a diesel electric. I'm not completely familiar with the class 08 that he's based on, but I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, you meant just diesel in general. Oh. If it comes to working on cars, I'd much rather work on something that has a gas engine than a diesel. Diesel is such a pain. They're so much more complicated, and there's so much more going on with them.
And you say you don't like the smell either.
The smell is horrible, and the oil is disgusting, because the oil will soak up all that diesel, and it's just black as night, and you can't get it off anything. And we're here.
Nice.
Finally. That took a bit.
Can I go ahead and hitch it, or do we have to wait?
No, you're good.
Alright.
Now I'm just gonna run around trying to figure out where the station's at. So I can never remember.
It's a confusing
Nope,
one.
I found it. Yeah, well, like, the coal power plant wasn't original to the game. It was added in whenever it went, full release. So, it hasn't always been here.
Gotcha. Huh?
Oh, do you not have the handbrake set?
Oh, I haven't been doing it all
Right.
stream, so I forgot.
Oh my god.
I've been driving, okay?
No, you haven't. I have.
Alright.
Oh, you mean the other streams.
What was that?
You meant the other streams you've been driving, not this one.
Yeah, well, I'm used to driving, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It should be all set now.
Okay. There we go.
I heard the beep.
124,000.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, we have $423,000.
We do. But we owe like 2 mil, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's a better way to pay this. Like how it would do it.
It's interesting that some of these buildings are like identical to each other, and other ones are not.
Yeah.
This is just a copy paste for this one. I like the ones with the oversized conference table. That one's fun.
There we go. We
Nice.
paid it off. We did it in one stream. Holy shit.
Yeah, we have 64,000 left.
I mean, we're not broke.
Yeah,
We have something.
nice. One stream.
Yeah.
Those are some good jobs.
Yeah. Now we just gotta we gotta keep working towards getting Hazmat 3 and Military 3.
Yeah.
Get those unlocked. Yay.
Yeah. Man, these streams do go by quick.
They do. They really do. Maybe we should try to start earlier.
Up to you. And we usually start this time because it works better for your schedule.
Yeah. It's just, it's not a very long stream.
And we got 2.5 hours.
Yeah. It's just we could obviously fit more in if we started an hour earlier.
Yeah. Well, up to you. I mean, don't push
Yeah.
it if it doesn't work out that great.
Yeah. Main thing is just whenever it's later at night, usually the family's, you know,
Calmer.
calmer, getting ready to go to bed and all that stuff. Whereas 8 o'clock, they're usually still kind of up doing stuff.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
it might pick it up. So,
Oh, we could probably just keep going the way we are.
yeah. I'll think about it.
Yeah. Then we have our collab on Wednesday with more Satisfactory.
Yeah.
I really, really want to set up automation on those trucks. I know it's going to be a disaster, but I just want to watch them
Okay.
do stupid things.
It's
you know?
great. It's great whenever they can do it. It's horrible when they can't.
Yeah, I wanna see them succeed or
Because
fail.
you'll be like, okay, what's going on with this? Why isn't this happening? And then it's like, okay, where's the truck or the tractor? And then you'll go off somewhere and it's like flipped over upside down, turning its wheels, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
it killed itself.
I wanna see this.
I mean, it's cool. It's really neat if you get it set up and done right, because it's like, it'll just do its thing, and it'll just
Yeah.
keep going forever and ever and ever, and it just doesn't care.
I feel for streaming, it's a win-win because it's either gonna be really cool or really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be. Either way.
But that's
So-
one of the things I want to do on Wednesday.
Yeah.
since we pretty much already set up for it.
Yep.
I don't know what they're going to transport around, because we only have one real base.
If I remember correctly, the coal
Yeah,
is
but
kind of far away from the base.
what is it gonna
and
take there?
The coal. Because later on we're gonna have to start building steel, like steel pipes and steel. I know they're not called rails, but they look like rails, so I'll just call them steel rails. Um, for you to make that, you have to mix coal and iron together in a foundry to make steel. So at some point, we're gonna have to transport coal back to the factory.
Gotcha.
So that could be something we could do.
Or transport steel out there.
No.
Yeah, you just do it in
Why would-
reverse.
Why?
Then you have a foundry out there.
Why?
So we're running out of room.
You just build a factory. You build floors. You go vertical. Go up. Anyway.
I like my insane idea more.
Okay.
I mean, we'll do it the way you're saying because it makes more sense. But I'm just
Okay.
saying, I think it'd be funny.
It'd be funny, but it would make no sense.
No,
Like, why would we have the steel out by the coal power plant?
to give the tractors more work.
Okay.
Eventually, the train. Basically, form two different bases.
Trains will be cool.
Form two different bases.
Yeah.
Then we have a third base, and they all specialize doing their own things.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what they want you to do with it.
And then we can make a hub
Yeah.
where they all feed into one.
Massive mega factory.
Yep. You see the vision now? That's
A
what
bit.
that's what was going through my head of why they have it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the wildlife's going to use the land for anything.
Nope.
Make steel out there. You need more iron anyway.
We're gonna need a lot of everything
Yeah,
as
we
the
do.
game progresses.
Yeah,
You'll soon find out.
I think the trains are going to be a big deal
They can be.
eventually. Well, some of our resources are way out there.
Yeah, they are.
I
It
think.
just depends on how lazy you are.
What do you mean?
As far as like if you want to set up trains or if you just want to set up conveyor belts.
I want trains.
Yeah.
I want to go for cool.
Okay.
But yeah, it's 11:30 your time.
Yep.
Probably a good
Is
place to call it
quite
then.
late.
Yeah. Tomorrow I have more level grinding in Massacre Manager. I've kind of attempted to start alternating that game. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Have 1 week Moscow Manager, and then next week be something else, and just go back and forth. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
alternate.
thinking about it. Because that game might take a while.
Yeah. From what I was seeing last stream, it's just like, man, this is gonna be a grind.
It is a grind because
Yeah.
I don't have a natural game to play anymore. It's literally my best team got cheese killed, and now I have to make a whole new one.
Yeah.
Man, that was such a painful death for that team.
Yeah. Can't believe you killed me.
I did not. I sealed you away so you wouldn't die.
He killed me along with Pippa. How could he?
No, Pippa's still there. Everyone's still there. I haven't lost a single character. I can literally visit the graveyard in that game, and you will find no one.
Yeah. Likely story.
I've done it. There's no one there. Alright, well. Any plans for other streams this week with you, or you're gonna play it by ear still?
Yeah, I'm just playing it by ear. Everything's just up in the air for now.
Alright.
I mean, just got the Satisfactory collab on Wednesday, and then the God Eater Resurrection collab on Sunday.
Yep.
Besides that, everything's up in the air. I mean, I'll say something if I go live, so I won't
Alright.
leave you guys in the dark.
Cool. Alright, we'll call it here then.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Sounds good.
Thanks for watching the stream. Hope you enjoyed it, everyone.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for showing up. Have a good night.
Oh, we got one last thing to do.
PascalSaucer. Whoa, what? Oh, more jumping?
More jumping.
Okay. All right.
We
Seems
begin and end
reasonable.
with jumping.
Okay.
Alright. Atsunova, Saucer. I keep saying Atsu Pascal.
I know. It's funny. Otsu Saucer, Otsu Nova. Good night, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.